Well, here with Ben Big Tuna. Well, first of all, is it Big Tuna Ben Parrish or Ben Big Tuna Parrish? Either one. So how's fight week been for you? Now that I feel like after your last fight, you've kind of been in demand. A lot of people asking for interviews. I've seen a couple of Scott Coker interviews, and people always tend to bring you up. And I think maybe a year ago that wasn't the case. So how's life been for you these last few months?
It's been different, but it's been the same for me because I'm not changing up. Everybody treats me different here now, whereas before they wouldn't have really given me the time of the day. But it doesn't affect my attitude or I'm sure I don't know if I've met any of you guys before, but any of them, they automatically know it's just business as usual for me. It's just another day of my life. I live this like a lifestyle. It's not a gimmick. I'm not playing a character like some of these MMA guys. Is what you see is what you get.
Have you experienced anything like now that your fame has started to rise? Maybe people coming in, you kind of have to block out maybe some people that weren't there in your life a year ago. You kind of see through some of the fog.
Yeah, a lot of chicks that I went to high school with that weren't interested in me. But besides them, man, yeah, there's a couple, I mean, but I gave everybody a second chance, man. If I can't practice forgiveness like the good Lord did, then, if I didn't, I would think less of myself. So I try to I've had a lot of beef with people over the years, and like I've just kind of like wrote it off. I don't know anybody listening right now. I don't think there's anybody out there I'm holding any grudges to. You're off, Scott. You're off the hook this time. But and as far as fight community goes, this is your last chance to get on the boat, or you're getting left behind.
We spoke with Scott Coker. I'm sure you've been asked by this a few times. We spoke with Scott Coker I think a month or so ago, and he was saying he wanted to get you a fight, but you have any time off from work. How true is that?
That was true. I was out of vacation hours, and but if they had called and asked me to fight, man, it makes. I'm not going to say I'm mad at Scott, but he could have took me out of the workforce. You know what I mean, right then, and my life could be different even now. And he still got the chance, so I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna take it on the chin, and show him what he's got on his hands.
So you are still working the day job right now?
Oh no! Oh yeah! No, I was back at work the following Monday, and I have not had a day off until last week. Swear to God, 8 hours a day on top of training at the gym, 2 or 3 in the evenings, on top of car rider line and homework and bathtub with kids. Like it's never ending, man. But it's very rewarding.
What do you make of your opponent? You someone that watches tape, or is it just an empty body in front of you?
It's mostly empty body. Like I watched enough of his tape to know, what to expect. Like, and I really just need the gist of it. I mean, I'm sure he'll watch this. He's going to try to hit me, and he's going to try to take me down. What else is there? Do I need to know specifics on? Like, is he gonna go for a flying omoplata? Probably not. But for me, it's all the same. I'm worried about what I'm doing. I ain't worried about what he's doing.
He's relatively young in his career. He's still undefeated. And I've spoken with a few MMA fighters who were undefeated entering the UFC or Bellator, and they've said it could be dangerous entering a major promotion undefeated. You haven't tasted defeat. You don't know what it's like to have to pick yourself back up. How accurate is that?
I would say so. You get a target on your back, and the more notoriety you get, the more. I mean, you look at my case. Like, I got guys calling me out the following week, just so they can use you to step up, right? So it'll be the same for him. For him, though, in this fight, is a win-win. If he lose, I feel like the last fights that I've had, it was people looked at it like a lose-lose. If you beat me, you don't really get anything, and if you lose, you suck. But like that, they just didn't realize who they were really dealing with, I don't think.
And for you, I guess coming into this one as a smaller underdog. Last time we were a pretty big underdog.
I mean, I'll make the same mistake twice, dog.
Does it mean more for you to kind of defy the odds, prove people wrong, or would you like to turn that corner where it's like you're coming in as the betting favorite, people believe in you?
I want to stay underdog forever, so that way my folks can keep paying off those bills, keep paying those notes off, man, making all that money. Yeah, so I want to stay underdog forever. It keeps me grounded, like, to realize how dangerous some of these guys, and everybody that I talk to for some reason wants to kind of knock Sullivan Cauley like he's not a sure enough badass. Like, dude, he's a for real badass. He's been wrestling his whole life and training his whole life. I mean, I'm taking him lightly.
And we've seen Bellator in the past kind of give some of their multi-fight prospects kind of a slower burn up the ladder. Are you surprised that they gave, after what you did to Christian Edwards, that they're kind of giving one of their blue chip guys you again?
No. I feel like they're going to start booking me like Stone Cold Steve Austin fighting back against the man, which I'm with that too. But like I said before, like you can give me the new guys or you can send me into the retirement home. But either way, I'll take out whoever they put in front of me. I don't care.
So you expecting him to be booed on Saturday? He is a hometown guy.
I don't think they'll boo me. They might, but if they do, like I got people flying in, man. This could go. One fun fact you may want to know about Ben Big Tuna Parrish fights is I probably have the record for most crowd fights and back home. Like
When you say
even when I win, they'll fight in the crowd.
Oh, like people are fighting
Yeah.
the crowd while you're not you specifically fighting people in the
No,
crowd.
I have. After I tried one time, my brother and my cousin got to fight, and after I won with some bikers from Tennessee that we just kind of had like a little beef with. I'm still not very celebrated in Nashville. They don't really love me there, but yeah, man, a lot of crowd fights, and if they catch the wrong folks out here in Arizona, it could be ugly. So hire some good security guards, man.
Is Mississippi going to be rolling deep? Is it going to be like a turf war in the crowd, or?
We're pretty deep, man. I mean, I know for sure at least 10 of my hitters will be here. And that's not counting my corner man, so we're 14 now.
Who are some of your training partners? I mean, I think a lot of people like your character and who you are, but they might not know enough about like your team and stuff. You know what I mean, like the character of a man, not like putting on a character.
Let's see, dude, honestly, people are probably be like, they'll take this and be like, dude, he sucks. But my training partners that I use the most now, I actually trained them. And I've taught them like almost every aspect of the game. And then like we have some other coaches and stuff that help out, Cody Floyd and Brandon Wilkinson and Larry Green, just a few. But Nathan Medlin, T.J. Welch, Casper Caldwell, Lodge Mitchell, Ontario Gladney, Rashad Ruff, Vandy Smith. I'm sure that, man, I hate to leave anybody out, but I'm sure there's somebody that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but they're all on the up and up, and most of those guys are amateurs. And like even my corner men, I trained them, and like they're some of the best pad holders in the whole state because I taught them how. Same thing for we hit seminars and stuff, and I just kind of like fly under the radar, man. That way, when I pop out at your party, it's over with. You never know what to expect. You go watch all of my fights, and no two are the same.
Do you feel like that's kind of an underrated aspect of your game, like your fight IQ? Because you were actually a referee too, right? At one point, you were kind of going down that road.
Not at all, man. I've done almost every job in MMA, minus timekeeper, and I've done commentary. I've judged. I've refereed several fights. Dude, I just love it, man. It's my life's work. And anybody that's watching this, like, if you're on the fence and you're a big fan, go to the gym. I swear you'll thank me that you go. Nobody's going to just beat you up for no reason. We don't do that. I don't know where that comes from. Like, if that being said, you come in and you're acting ignorant, they'll put you in check really quick. So, like, ask questions. Be coachable. It's that easy. And I promise you'll meet so many people. If you might even meet your future wife or husband. Like, I'm telling you, your life will get better. Please go find your local gym. Tell them Big T sent you, and they'll probably hook you up, man. I'm telling you.
What kind of work do you do when you're not fighting? You said you just got off your job.
Okay, so I work for a manufacturer supply company called Fastenal. We mostly sell bolts and screws, fasteners, and we stock a plant called Hayworth. They make office furniture. They might even make those chairs that you're sitting in. And another company called, this is just my branch that I work with, and one other guy named Casey. We also do Weyerhaeuser, which is a logging and like lumber company. They take raw materials and process them into building materials, and those more of the job where you'll see me like have to wear a hard hat and stuff and go out there because it's kind of dangerous. There's logs flying through the air and stuff all the time. And so I pretty much just pick up. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of pick heavy shit up all day, and then I pick people up the rest of the evening. So, yeah.
Does your day job, do they ever give you any grief about fighting at all? No.
Nah, man, they're super supportive, man. I couldn't ask for a better for a better group. You know, they give me plenty of leeway on stuff like that. Like my district manager has been like super understanding, especially with the vacation thing, man. Like, you know, he was, when I got back, he came that next week to my office, and he wasn't, you know, most guys would be mad that because I actually didn't have any vacation days when I left.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm on salary, so they look at it like they would have paid me if I hadn't have told them, but I'd already told the guy I work with, and he was like, he didn't want me to get in trouble, but he was like, dude, you just go, and when he gets down here, I'll just tell him. I'll call him and tell him. That way you already gone. He can't try to tilt you emotionally, you know. But he didn't. He was like, dang, man, call me next time, you know, beforehand. And anyway, he came, and he told me, man, that he knew I couldn't do this forever, and I know I can't do it forever, too. And he'd always had, I'm so good at my job that he, you know, he didn't want to lose me. He would do anything to work something out with me, and I really appreciate and respect Matt Stone for that, man. He's really nice.
Any sort of hazing from your colleagues? Like we've spoken with Stipe, and when he won the belt, they made him clean the toilets wearing the belt.
No hazing, man. Nobody hazing me. Yeah. And people ask me all the time, like, were you bullied growing up? Like, no. But I was the youngest out of a neighborhood of 10 boys, and they were all almost like my older brothers, right? So me and another guy, undefeated MMA fighter that actually got me started, named Daniel Morgan. It's like my childhood best friend. We're both the two youngest and the two toughest from the neighborhood now. And he had 3 older brothers. I had 1, counting all of them up, every kid in the neighborhood. So we got whooped on a lot, but nobody else could come around and whoop on us. You know what I mean? And I'm very thankful for those like life lessons in the upbringing, man. It was it made me who I am. So no, I wasn't bullied in school either. You can imagine when I was in high school what would happen if they tried to bully me. Super over with, not happening.
Going along with that, I do know that bullying is something, though, that's kind of near and dear to you, and you got up in the microphone, or in the camera after you won, and you kind of said, don't be bullying people, things like that. And I know you're donating some, or you're involved with a foundation now for this fight. Can you talk about that a little bit, the motivation behind that, and why?
The Jesse Dylan James Foundation, jdjfoundation.com. It's about a 17-year-old kid who ended up committing suicide and being bullied in school. He's from Arkansas. And they found out who I was and what happened through Bryce Mitchell, I think, who's my good brother. And they just reached out to Matt about working something out with him, and I would love to, you know, partner up with him and help out. That would make my day too. Go over there, check out, donate if you can. Try to bring awareness thing. Let's put this thing to bed. jdjfoundation.com. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this society we live in. It's like they want to one up everything, one up everybody. You can't even enjoy life without being in competition with somebody, man. Cut that shit out. Just enjoy life. It could be gone tomorrow, man. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. It's a prime example. 2 years to the day. Like, you never know how precious life is, and like this stuff. I know y'all see this drip that I'm wearing. Like, it don't mean nothing. Posting pictures of how good you look on Instagram ain't gonna last forever, man. The picture will last forever, but all that stuff fades away, man. What they're gonna remember you for is what you stood for, and this is something I stand for.
Did you feel like that last fight, kind of the build-up, some of the messages you received kind of gave you that perspective more so?
No, I've always felt that way, but like it definitely reinforced it, because like they were 100% trying to e-bully me into like mentally shaking out of my fight, not realizing that it was just gonna make me go harder. I don't operate that way. I don't get stage fright or whatever. Like, if anything, I get more serious when I get in there, because a lot of people, they look over and they're too busy thinking about these cameras and stuff, right? And how they look and what it looks like and this, that, and the other. What I'm thinking about is the other big ass dude across the room that's going to try to hit me. And, I got to put him out before he puts me out. That's the only thing I'd be worried about.
Listen to Bryce Mitchell's mixtape.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
I'm trying to get on there with him and do some diss tracks. So you bet anybody listening, be careful about pissing me off, because you could wind up on there. But I don't know, man. Bryce is so nice. He probably won't ever do no diss tracks. Sure. But it's a good dude right there.
Appreciate you. Good luck.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I appreciate